I've heard the term toxic feminism. I don't know what that means. Like, are we doing too much?
Hustling more is not the answer. It's allowing yourself to recharge so you can go out and face your battles. There's a version of you out there in the hypothetical, energetic field that is a writer, that is a producer, that is a singer, that is a director, you name it. Whatever you align with in your visualizations, you're calling it to you. You feel your life is falling apart. I'm getting unemployed. I'm getting heartbroken.
It's making room for what you have asked for.
Totally. It's not your life is falling apart. It's falling into
place. I've heard that people are like, oh, this is witchcraft. Like,
yeah.
Like, okay. Yeah. Like, well, so what is it? Is it something energetic? Is it spiritual? Or is it some new age trend? What really is this manifestation thing?
When you're ready to talk about it, call me. I'm here. Reach me out.
So you already know that when you come here, you are here to get value. Okay, so class is in session. That's why I got the glasses and the tie, the whole professor suit on, because we're here to learn. We're here to upgrade, to grow, not just physically, financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, on every single level, okay? And today I have with me a very special girl, okay? She's very beautiful, but not just beautiful, she is intelligent. I've seen this girl talk about so many subjects with an extensive amount of knowledge, and I am pleased to have her here. Welcome to the studio, Miss Aya. How are you doing?
Hi, V. I'm so happy to be here. And I just want to say, I feel like you're my twin because you just mirror back the same energy every single time. And I kind of feel a little bit like a bimbo with braids because like you're so professional and I just showed up with like all peppy lights. Like maybe I should have toned it down, but love the fit. I love it.
Thank you so much. And I love yours too. I hope they can see how beautiful and glowing you are.
Oh, thank you.
Now, she's not just a beauty. She also has brains because she is a PhD candidate, guys. A PhD candidate. Okay? You need to brag about that. You need to let them know.
Oh my gosh.
And not just that. She's a poet. She's a teacher. She's an activist and a humanitarian, among many others. So this is a girl who wears many crowns, and I don't know how you handle it. How do you handle it all?
Same way that you handle it, because you're also wearing many crowns right on the spot all the time. And I feel that's like a struggle that we all go through, especially that you're so invested in like improving and manifestation and quantum leaping. That's such a buzzword that I'm hearing around all the time.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and like spiritual work and all of that, like spiritual girlies, soft girl era with hustle, what you just said before.
Exactly.
And it sits so well with me because it does create a lot of inner struggle because you're not conforming to what society wants women to behave, and you're constantly like wanting more.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking we should never be too comfortable with just where you're at.
Right.
I always talk about this, like, want more. It's okay to want more. Some people think that it's being humble to say, okay, I don't want too much. I'm okay with where I am. It's okay to go after everything. Like you, honestly, what you do, you're like, I don't just want to be a teacher. I don't just want to be a poet. I don't just want to be a pretty girl. I want to be so many things, and you can do that.
Right.
So now, how do you balance all of that though?
You try to like be okay with the confusion and the multiple personality disorder, like MPD, that comes with it.
Trust me, I have that.
Right. But it's not a bad MPD, sort of like, oh, you have a mental illness or you have a personality split, like go get therapy.
Yeah.
I think we don't normalize this enough. Like people who have nuance, who are multiple in the ways that they interact with the world, the multiplicity around us is so vast that I feel it's criminal to box ourselves into one standard or one stereotype and all of that. And I feel society is so obsessed with boxing, especially women, into certain boxes. And I've heard a lot of scholars and very mature people, published writers, poets, talk about boxing people into stereotypes, that's a normal thing. And it shocks me to no end that we have to really trailblaze this multiplicity of personality thing. Like we have to fight for our right to exist outside of one box.
But some people also feel like we are getting into more of the hustle culture. Like now we're on a rat race. Like everybody wants to do it all, and we're not really making time for rest. And to a certain extent, it becomes, I've heard the term toxic feminism. I don't know what that means. Like, are we doing too much, or should we find balance in chasing it all? Because we want to have it all, but sometimes I feel like we are putting so much on our plate as well. Is there a point where we say, okay, maybe we should slow a little bit down, or should we go after it?
I love this question. I think we don't get asked this question enough. There's actually a book by Kelsey Blackwell called Rest is Resistance. I'm not sure if I got the author right, but the book is called Rest is Resistance.
Okay.
And when I read that, it just had a paradigm shift for me. So this woman who wrote it started a movement called the Nap Ministry. It's a ministry of napping, where you literally just sit in a public space, in like a third space, and you take a nap to recharge from the troubles of life. And she did it at a point where she was double majoring and had kids and had to like pay a lot of bills. And life got so hard to handle. And there was pressure to hustle more.
Yes.
And she paused for a second and she was like, I'm not going to hustle more. I'm going to rest more because I deserve it. And it's like, you don't have to earn rest. You naturally deserve rest. It's her natural state of being. Oh, now I remembered her name. It's Trisha Hersey.
Okay.
And when she started resting more, she oddly enough became more productive. And she was able to get her degrees and make more money. Like she just flourished. And for me, it was a paradigm shift because I realized, oh, so hustling more is not the answer. It's allowing yourself to recharge so you can go out and face your battles. So that was a paradigm shift.
Because also sometimes I feel like when we don't make time for rest, the body doesn't function as it should. And the mind as well. You need to like give yourself some time to rest before the body starts complaining. The mind will start complaining. You push yourself to a breaking point whereby sometimes you find yourself, you work so hard, you're bottling so many things in, you don't make time to rest, you don't make time to release. And any little thing can trigger you on the wrong day and it all comes out. Like I've once had a mental breakdown, I swear, because I was doing too much. Like I'm handling so many things all at the same time. And then one day somebody just talks to me the wrong way and they receive it all. Like they get it that day. You're like, what's happening? Because you're not making time to rest. Now you have all this frustration and your body is complaining, your mind is complaining, you are not aligned, your nervous system is dysregulated, and it's a whole mess. So sometimes I feel like it's right that we have to rest as well. As much as we are chasing after everything, we need to make time for rest as well. And I'm glad that you're saying you're making time for that. Because I also feel like rest is a form of self-love.
Yes.
And we should talk about it.
Yes, totally. Especially in a highly capitalistic society that profits off of your self-abandonment. Like it wants you to abandon yourself, abandon your needs. Think Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We have our basic needs, physiological needs.
Yes.
Eating, sleeping, resting, you name it. And then the highest need is self-actualization, which is success, hustling, making more money, becoming more successful, and all of that. So we're so locked in on accessing this sixth state that we forget and completely ignore, stage number one, physiological, your body. And this is why we see in a lot of healing circles that also glorify hustle. Like, no, you need to hustle. Self-actualization is important, but not to the point where you neglect your physiological needs. And so at this point, we're like, okay, I have to make a balance or like strike a balance between resting in order for me to be able to approach the things from alignment, not from a forcible state of trying to get there.
Exactly. And as you're saying that it's a hierarchy, the self-actualization doesn't come first. Your basic needs must be met first. And we get that wrong a lot in this society. And sometimes I feel also it's the pressure from the outside. I don't know if the pressure is from outside or we give ourselves that pressure. Where is the pressure coming from? Like the pressure to perform.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Where is the pressure coming from for the girls? Where do you think it's coming from?
I think it's internalized external expectations. So you're always wanting to impress someone, and sometimes you're just wanting to impress your inner child. And in trying to do that, you burn yourself out. So it doesn't have to be, or it could be, trying to impress a parent, trying to impress society, trying to impress a man, trying to impress anyone. It could be your inner self.
Yeah.
But it's internalized. It never came with you as a handout when you were born. Because you see children, they're so carefree.
Yeah.
They enjoy playing. They're connected to nature. They just laugh about silly things. And as we grow older, we lose that, like, being spontaneous about life and approaching it with a sense of curiosity and joy, like a childlike excitement.
Yeah.
And so we think if we hustle enough, and if we work hard enough, we'll be able to get that back. Like to get that childlike state and joy and all of that. That's why we work so hard. We're not working just for the sake of it. We're working to get that excitement and joy and pleasure that we just had when we were young and we just lost it growing up. But we forget that you only have the present.
True.
I was talking to a friend and he was like, we only have the present moment. Like the future doesn't exist. It exists in your mind.
True.
But what you get as you're living is the present always. There is no past. There is no future. And if you don't train your body to enjoy things now, to appreciate things now, to look at the sunset and be like, wow, that's a beautiful sunset. Like, I'm so grateful to be alive.
True.
When you get there, like once you get the promotion or once you get the whatever you're like struggling so hard or working so hard to reach, you will not be able to enjoy it.
That's very true. Another thing also I felt like might be the reason why we push ourselves so much. It might also be coming from a much deeper place of trying to prove your worth. Okay, I'll speak for myself.
Okay.
Because sometimes I feel like I don't know how to explain this, but I feel like when you have experienced something whereby you didn't have enough attention or enough recognition or enough of support or something, and you felt like you had to prove that I can get this, or even if you had that, if you were the good kid in school, like I remember I used to do well in school, right? And one of my fondest memories is getting this award for writing, right? It was a National Allied Arts in Zimbabwe, and I got an honors award, the best at that time. And then I saw my dad dancing for the first time.
Oh my God.
Like, he celebrated me so much. He was telling everybody, oh, my daughter is excellent. She's a writer. And it's very rare for African dads to be bragging about you like that. And I feel like I have been chasing that feeling since then. Since the 7th grade, I've been trying to like be celebrated like that. And that made me then now want to do all of the things. I want to write books. I want to do the poetry. I want to do the podcast. I want to do this. But sometimes it's not what proves your worth. I remember I was telling my dad also, I'm like, oh, I did the podcast. You're going to be so proud of me. And he's like, I'm already proud of you.
Aww.
I'm like, well, now you're going to make me cry.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, I'm going to tear up.
But I had already said all these things emotion. So now I don't want to be working from like, okay, I'm going to make them proud. Because I feel like most of us sometimes we are pushing so that we can prove our worth. But sometimes we are already worthy. And I feel like it's more satisfactory when you hustle or when you get your things in order from a place of I'm already worthy, whether they celebrate me or not. I already celebrate myself. I'm already celebrated. I'm already whole. And that's where the inner work needs to happen. Like, what is pushing my hustle? Is it my ego? Is it a need for recognition? Do I have issues with my self-worth? Do I feel unseen? Where is it coming from? Because sometimes we're just working, and the motivation is wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, the drive point. What's your drive? You have
What
to really,
is your drive?
yeah, you got to ask yourself that question. And if your drive is coming from a place of seeking external validation, then you really have to interrogate and reinvestigate where your drive is coming from. And so I used to like read a lot of like self-help, obviously. And a lot of the questions that popped up were, especially if you had like a mother wound or a father wound or whatever, the question is, do you need mothering or do you need mirroring?
Okay.
And I sat with that question a lot. And for me, it really informed how I ask myself questions. Like, I'm doing this to get like validation or a clap back. Like my mom used to say, wow, I'm so proud of you. Or my dad, like, do you need that? Or do you need someone to mirror back to you who you are, where your wounds are, where do you need to improve and all of that? And I'm like, okay, if it's coming from a mothering, fathering place, like me needing to be celebrated, probably I shouldn't do it. Or I should realign my intention so that I'm looking for someone to mirror back to me my current self and my current identity and all of that.
Yes.
And then the greatest paradigm shift happened to me. And I was like, none of them are right. Like, they're both wrong questions. And the real question was, especially if you go into manifestation work and quantum leaping, is what is your signal?
Okay.
And then I sat with signal a lot, and that word was so vague to me.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, signal is who you naturally, authentically are. And I think if you sit with yourself, everybody, if they sit with themselves long enough, they know who they are. They know why they're here. And they know what they're here to achieve. Like, you know what your calling is. If it's to inspire, if it's to put art out there, if it's to serve humanity, if it's to advance the cause of morality, we're all here for a certain purpose that is so wonderful. And if you sit with yourself long enough, you know what it is. Like you've known ever since you were a child.
That is true.
We feel it. Yeah.
Yes, you feel it. It calls you sort of in a way.
It's your calling. And I do firmly believe in that right now. Because, you know, you sit long enough and you're like, I've had that passion ever since I was conscious. And I do believe we're not just humans having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings having a human experience.
Clock it. Okay, that is deep. That is deep.
But it's not as deep as you. It's just true.
Yes.
Like, it just, if you feel it in your body, you feel it. And so I'm like, okay, I don't need someone to mirror back to me what I already am. And I don't need someone to like clap back to me. I don't need a mother. I don't need a father anymore. I'm a signal. And I just need the time and space and alignment to put my signal out into the world, to be able to do the work that I'm put here on earth to do.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of the work that you need to do, how would you say one can find their purpose? Like, some people are not clear. Like, we mentioned that you know it, but some people are still unclear. Like, they still think that purpose could be a job title. Maybe it may be true for some, but like, what is one's purpose and how can they find it? How do they recognize it? What's the feeling you get when you know, okay, this is a confirmation, this is my purpose?
Experiment, because I don't know if you heard of that, the dimensions, 5D, 4D, 3D
Yes.
dimensions and all of that. If you're living so much in the 5D, which I love, 5D is like your dream space, your visualizations, your future self when you try to like imagine it and all of that. It's so beautiful. But once you're talking about passion and motivation in those abstract terms, because it's still in the 5D. 3D is the real world. It's our environment, our lived experiences, and all of that. You can never achieve 5D unless you experiment in the 3D and know what you like, what you're good at, what's your skill set, how can you improve that. So I feel passion is such a vague, abstract term. Get dirty with your hands. Try to experiment. Go out. Try anything. Hiking. Try sculpting. Try drawing. Try poetry. Try singing. Try dancing. If you
Try it
don't,
all, basically.
Yes.
Whatever you feel interested or drawn to, try it.
Exactly, try. And I have to highlight, some people don't have the means to do all of that. Like, maybe they're not wealthy enough, or their parents are a bit strict and all of that. Do whatever you're capable of doing. Like you have access to a screen, experiment, watch YouTube videos, try to journal, try to write, try to go move your body in the ways accessible to you. Like any of that. And then you'll get a sense of what you like, what you don't like. And you'll get to like start from there, turning your 5D into a 3D reality.
True.
Yeah.
But I also feel like somehow, if it's your destiny, it will somehow find you as well. Because also sometimes you fail so much. Like from my experience, how I got to write my first book, I got unemployed. I got sacked from a job. I had so much time. And then I'm like, okay, since I have so much time now, let me fall in love, let me get in a relationship. And then things are beautiful. Okay, you have time, you're in love, and then that went away. So all of a sudden now I didn't have a job and I'm heartbroken. There's nothing to do and you have all these emotions that need an outlet. I didn't have anybody to talk to at that time. Then I'm like, okay, a pen and a paper.
Right.
This is what I know how to do best. So
You
let me
go,
just
girl.
let me just let it out. So I started writing, and then I'll write some in my phone as notes. And then I'm realizing I've compiled quite a lot of pieces here, like over the time, because it was just all just there, bottled up, needing somewhere to go. And I let it out. Next thing, I have about 270 pages,
No way.
which made my first book. I'm just like, okay, wow, this is a lot.
Girl.
Let me make it a book. And then, so I felt like I was pushed to my purpose. If I had stayed at the job, or if I was very happy in that relationship, I probably never would have started. So
Right.
sometimes the destiny will call you by itself.
Right.
It will push you to be there. And also, I had thought about it a while back, like, oh, I should write a book, but I never thought I was ready. And then that's another thing about manifesting something, right? You can think about it at some time and you leave it alone. It finds its way into
Right.
happening.
Right.
And yeah, so that's my experience with it. And I feel like we should also talk about manifesting.
Right.
That's what we're initially supposed to talk about. I don't know why we didn't.
Right. I mean, we just like, prepping up to it because
Yeah.
it's building up to it. Because that's what happened to you. You actually manifested.
Yeah.
Wow, that is impressive. And it's nice how you just took something tragic. Like some people don't bounce back from being unemployed, from being heartbroken. They just spiral into this wave of depression and they stay stuck there.
That
Not
is true.
because they're weak, but because they're not trusting themselves to understand that this is an opportunity to put something amazing out into the world, just like you did.
Thank you.
So I think we all do manifest in some ways. We're just not aware of it. And this is the thing about visualizations. Like when you visualize, you want to write a book, but environmentally, you're not in the space of it. And so what happens is that you emit a signal, back to signal out into the world. And so the quantum energy field starts aligning with that signal because there's a version of you out there in the hypothetical energetic field that is a writer, that is a producer, that is a singer, that is a director, you name it. Whatever you align with in your visualizations, you're calling it to you. It's like, have you heard that quote that says, what you seek is seeking you?
Yes.
I think it's by Rumi. So it is true,
Yes.
energetically speaking. And so I feel when you put yourself in that space, in that mental space, you're calling to it as well. And so what happens is that the world conspires to bring it to you. And this is why you feel your life is falling apart. I'm getting unemployed. I'm getting heartbroken.
It's making room for what you have asked for.
Totally. It's not your
Wow.
life is falling apart. It's falling
Falling
into
into
place.
Okay.
That is so true. But people get so afraid and they push back
And
on
it's
it.
scary though. It is scary.
It is terrifying. It is terrifying. And this is why, like, I said this to you earlier in the DMs, but I read it today and I'm like, when you're facing a quantum leap, there are like 3 strategies you can put into place that will help you feel safer during the transition. First one is called void appropriation. So you
Okay.
try to get comfortable with the void because there's this liminal space where you're not your previous identity, but you're not your new identity yet. And you need to allow yourself to be comfortable with the confusion. So this void appropriation is like you sit for 2 to 3 minutes and you tell yourself, I'm safe being confused.
Okay.
Like, I'm okay with not having all the answers right now. And you just recite that to yourself for 2 to 3 minutes. It's like a small guided meditation so that you train your body with deep breathing and you being in a rested state that it's okay to not know all the answers. You just drill that into you. That's step number 1.
Self-soothing.
Yeah, exactly. With the uncertainty. Like you incorporate the uncertainty into it. Like, I'm okay. I don't have to have all the answers. It's fine. I'll figure it out as I'm going through it. And then the second thing is to have one object or one thing that is constant. Because if everything around you is changing, you need some sort of safety, like a
Yes.
safety anchor.
Yes,
It's
yes.
having a safety anchor. So you choose like a scent, a perfume, a little plushie, a toy, something that will continue to be there with you as you transition from your old life to your new life. So having that and then using it every day, like the perfume or the plushie, holding it every day really helps you it makes you feel safe during the transition.
And more anchored.
Exactly, more anchored. It's a safety anchor, basically. And then the third one is getting more comfortable with the transitions as you go, like telling yourself, I already got this. I just have to be safe receiving it because it's the future already exists within you. So you need to allow yourself to feel it in your body rather than just think it in your brain. And neurologically speaking, it's so interesting that the brain doesn't know if something is real or not.
I heard that as well.
Yeah. So if you think about it long enough and you visualize it every day, your brain thinks it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it thinks you already published that book. You already got on stage and performed that piece. It thinks you already got there. You already became CEO, for example.
And that is so true because I noticed even like it could happen both negatively or positively because sometimes I notice when you rehearse certain arguments in your head, you could literally cry or you
Yep.
could literally get angry. It's like the moment happens again, even if it's a hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
You could get mad from a hypothetical situation.
Right.
Like it's crazy. So
Totally.
it's yeah, what you're saying, it really is true.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we haven't established what manifestation really is for those who aren't aware of it. Because we know it, but like some people aren't really familiar with, okay, what are you talking about? And people turned to think that it may clash with religion. Because I've heard that before, like, oh, this is witchcraft. Like,
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, like, well, so what is it? Is it something energetic? Is it spiritual? Or is it some new age trend? What really is this manifestation thing?
Very simply put, manifestation is you wanting something and then you're finding a way to get it. And I don't see how that would conflict with religion or any belief. It is spiritual, and a lot of religion or all religion deals with spirituality. And I feel because we call it manifestation and it's this like new age term, it sounds scary and all of that. But you could be religious, you could be completely non-religious and still manifest. It's just the way or the portal that you're using your spiritual beliefs to get what you want. And so if you're a religious being and you're like, I do believe in God very deeply and all of that, you can use God's messages to manifest what you want and it would completely work out.
Yes.
And even if you're a non-religious being, you could use spirituality, laws of attraction in order to manifest what you want. So it's just basically a way of you dreaming something and then bringing it into existence. And we all do that as humans, regardless of your religious beliefs.
Because I did have people who were saying, well, are you still Christian if you're believing on a lot of this? You know, like, is it not idolatry? Like, why don't you just stick to praying? I'm like, okay, these are universal laws. Whether we like it or not, the law of attraction works. Either you harness it or you let it run wild.
Yeah.
Because it's like gravity, right? Whether you're a Christian or Muslim or an atheist, whatever you are, we all experience gravity.
Right.
So same thing with the law of attraction. You need to learn how to like master your thoughts, to bring in what you think about, to check your frequency, you know, how are you vibrating and all of that. So to clear that out for the girls who had the question that does it clash with religion and all of that stuff? No, it doesn't. It's like gravity. Gravity doesn't clash with your religion, does it? No. So neither does the universal laws. And I feel like our lives would be a bit simpler if we understood how things worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes we struggle a lot more because we don't understand that life can be a little bit easier.
Totally. Totally true. We're complicating it.
Yeah, we do complicate it. Because if you understand that there are ways that I can call in the job I want, ways that I can call in the partner I want, the kind of love I want, ways that I can paint my canvas, you know, like the life that I want and like bring it to fruition.
Yeah.
Why would you leave it all up to chance?
Exactly. Because you think you're helpless. We are in a world that runs on learned helplessness. It tells you you have to earn things. You have to work hard for things. You have to hustle for things. You can't just receive it. Like, it's crazy. But then you do have people who have mastered manifestation or are just born into old money who just receive things.
Receptive mode.
Exactly. And they're fine with it. And you do find these people who are living their best lives working not a lot and they're just fine and they're happy and nothing's bad happening to them.
Exactly.
And so you're like, okay, so maybe the script that I've been handed down that everything has to be earned is also a vibration that I'm picking up and I'm committing myself to. And then all you have to do is to collapse that belief system and another way of being will show up for you because that's how energetics work. And I remember at a time in my life where I was so fixated on being a doctor, like a medical doctor, and I went into pre-med and I was an A+ student and I was just such a nerd. And for the first 2 years into the program, I was so miserable. Like I knew back then I wanted to help people. And I knew I wanted to give back, but something was saying this is not aligned and this was not for me. But I was doing it because I believed I had to hustle to get good things in life.
Yeah.
And it was such a hard major. You have to like memorize a lot of things and just like, you know, be in mode all the time. So I was like, okay, I'm struggling and I'm suffering, but that's how it is. Like, that's how things are. And then I know at one point I was at rock bottom. And sometimes you just crack up and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Because why should I suffer so much to help others when I'm not even helping myself? Like, how can I give you apples if I don't have apples? How can I give you love if I don't have self-love?
How can I pour from an empty cup?
Exactly. So I was like, I'm just changing my major. And that created a lot of backlash because like, oh my gosh, no, all of a sudden you want to go into humanities. Like, this is not as fancy as like med, I was like, at this point, I just really don't care because whatever comes is coming from a place of alignment. And like, I was tossing things away. I was tossing away years of achievement and academic like success, but I didn't care. And I feel sometimes there's something called the sunken cost fallacy.
Okay, what is that?
It's when you're saying, I've worked so hard on this career or on this relationship, I lose so much leaving it behind and just starting a new thing. So I'd rather stay. And this is why we stay in toxic careers, toxic relationships, all of that, because you're like, I invested so much energy.
I've already spent so much time already as well and effort. Can I just let that go?
Yeah, like I have so much to lose. You know, we always say, oh, you have nothing to lose. But what if I do have so much to lose? It's scary. It's terrifying. But if you realize, okay, but what will you lose if you stay? And if the answer is yourself and your alignment to yourself, then maybe you're ready to let that go. It's going to be scary. It's going to be terrifying. You're going to cry out a lot, but it's worth it because the other side is a more aligned you. You're more aligned to yourself, to your values.
And I feel like also sometimes the universe rewards it when you choose yourself. That might be the ultimate lesson, actually. Like, are you going to choose yourself? Are you going to choose alignment?
Right.
Or are you going to choose what you think is for you?
Exactly.
Because sometimes you think, okay, I've got this. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what looks fancier. This is what this is all I have. You are holding so tightly to it
Right.
that your hands aren't able to receive
Right.
better. So your hands are like clenched, holding something. And then it was like, I want to give you something. Just let it go. I can give you more. And we're like, no,
Right.
let me have this. I've put so much work into it. You know, this is a 2-year relationship or 5-year relationship. This job, this degree, I've put so much into it. But no, sometimes when you let go and you choose yourself, you choose alignment, better does come.
Of course. That is totally true.
Better really does come.
Yeah.
So speaking of the manifestation, when did you get curious about it? And what made you interested in it?
I think at one point you realize I do have control. Right? It was like beginning of last year, and I was like just living on autopilot. Like whatever job you get, okay, I'm so grateful. Whatever relationships that come into your way, you're like, okay, thank you for seeing potential in me. Thank you. It's like you're just waiting for the universe to send you people, to send you opportunities, and you're just so grateful for whatever you get. You know what I mean? And I feel coming from a person who was like isolated most of their lives and didn't have a lot of friends, didn't have a lot of positive experiences, you're just so grateful for the bare minimum, right? Like, thank you for whatever I could get. And then at one point, you just introspect and you're like, but I want more. And then there's this guilt aspect. Oh my God, we don't talk about the shame of desiring more and the shame of wanting more and believing that you're worth more. It's just because society tells you, how dare you?
You're being greedy.
Yeah, you're being so greedy. Like, why do you want more? You have a good life. You're better than most
And who do you think you are?
Yeah, who do you think you are? But it's not about ego. That's what I realized. It's about just wanting better for everyone, not just yourself.
True.
So it's not coming from a place of, oh, I'm superior or I deserve better. It's coming from a place of, we all deserve
we can
better.
all shine.
Yeah, we all deserve better. And what are you doing? Making us fight each other, making us compete for resources when literally the world is so abundant. We can all have a share and still glow, and the world will be fine. So I think the biggest block that we have is living in a mindset of scarcity. That everything is so limited, everything is so scarce. We don't have enough time, we don't have enough money, we don't have enough like support and all of that. We do. It's just that the world is not mirroring that back. And you have to sink into the belief that I am already so abundant as a spiritual being, and I have to attract abundance. Because just like you were saying, if you're holding on to something that's scarce, it gets you into that mindset that I have to fight for things.
Yes.
Like if you were holding on to that relationship, you're receiving bare minimum, or not even. It's a good relationship. It's so healthy. I've been there. Like it was so healthy. But it's still not fulfilling you in the ways that you want to be fulfilled. And you're like, yeah, you get used to it. You get used to like, I have to constantly beg for my needs, or I have to constantly silence myself in order to like keep that going on. And so at one point, when you live that long enough, your mind programs that you have to either silence your needs or beg for them. But once you let it go, and it's so painful, and you feel like your world is falling apart, you let it go, and then there's opportunity for more.
True.
There's room for abundance.
True.
There's room for, okay, now I can mirror that back to myself. I can give myself all my needs. And then if someone shows up, they already see me treating myself this way. And now I'm competition for them. Like the way I'm treating myself is their competition. You either treat me that way, or I'm already treating myself the way I love to be treated. So that's how it is. You just have to realize you are in control of your life. It's your life. You are the center of it. It's okay to be self-centered.
True.
Yeah.
And I feel like also sometimes we might be programmed for that scarcity mindset. I'm not sure who it benefits, but we think that there's not enough, and we have to do a little more.
Yeah.
Or we have to, what you were saying, that you have to fight to keep what you have, even if it's not good enough for you. And I feel like we need to like work on that mindset, because when you are in a scarcity mindset, you attract more lack. You attract more, it limits you. There are limiting beliefs which need to be taken down, really, for you to attract more abundance, to live more abundantly, because there's enough to go around. The pie is so big, everybody can get a piece of it. And the girls need to work on expanding their mindsets, taking down the limiting beliefs that make that happen. So now, what do you think are some of the mistakes that people make when it comes to manifesting? Besides that, having that scarcity mindset, what else do people make mistakes in?
Forcing it. You can't just force your dream life. You have to truly feel relaxed and safe receiving it. So you don't have to work on your hustle. You have to work on your receptivity. And it's when you feel you need to work the hardest. It's when you need to step back, breathe, and just relax into your body and say, I already have it. And knowing that I already have it, what do I need to do right now? And then what comes up in your body is what you need to do. Because when you're moving from a place of scarcity, you want to clench back and beg and try to like just work your way through something that is completely misaligned with you. But once you rest and be like, I'm already that girl, I'm already that person, and you're so aligned in your body, you'll know what to do next. And it could be just sometimes doing nothing.
True.
I'm just going to sit back and receive. And one simple example is when, you know, you're talking to someone like your potential partner or whatever, and they like tell you, well, maybe you need to be a little nicer, or maybe you need to like text back more and all of that. But you realize sometimes by just relaxing and not like texting back, the person reaches out.
That is
true. Because now
true.
you're more in receptive mode. Like, are you going to pour into me, or are you just not aligned with me?
Because I feel like when you are in that more relaxed, receptive mode, you are emitting a frequency that aligns more with what you want to have, because you are saying, I already have it. Right? So the ultimate receptive mode is you feeling like you have it, because you attract what you are, not just what you want, or what you think you don't have. You
Right.
attract what you embody.
Exactly.
So you embody being the person who is loved, who doesn't need to perform, to overtext, to constantly reach out and like, see me, text me,
Yeah,
compliment
pick
me,
me.
pick me. Exactly. So it's more magnetic that way.
Yeah.
It's more magnetic. You are more radiant when you're not trying to perform.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's one of the things that I would add to that as well. So would you say that you have an incident whereby you were manifesting from a place of ego? And how did that work out for you?
Definitely you manifest from a place of ego sometimes, and it never works out in your favor. It works out in the favor of the mask you're putting on. And it really like builds that up, that mask, the fake it till you make it, and you're masquerading your entire life. Like there were times where I just wanted so bad to be loved that I stayed in situations that were toxic. And at that point you're like, I'm just feeding my ego. And oddly enough, ego is not always I'm a queen.
Yes.
Like it's not always like that. Sometimes it's I'm a good girl.
Okay.
I'm an A+ student. I'm the perfect daughter. That's your ego game.
And there could be
sometimes.
facts as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of
Yeah. And like that would be your ego. That would be the false identity you're clutching so deeply onto.
Yeah.
And so if you have an abusive parent and you're like, but I'm a good girl, I'll tolerate that. I will not talk back. I will not like leave them. I will just tolerate the abuse, verbal, physical, you name it, because I'm a good girl. I'm so attached to that ego identity that I've constructed for myself that I'm abandoning my true authentic self to keep that ego image up. That's what we don't get. Ego is not always, oh, I'm wonderful, or I'm the master, or I'm like the sassy queen, all of that energy,
true.
like you go girl. Sometimes it's, oh, I'm a great partner and I'm a low maintenance partner. So you try to like be the girl everyone wants, that you forget to be the girl that you want. And I heard a quote from Anna Kay. So she said, the minute I stopped being the girl everybody wants, or I stopped the girl that gets everyone what they want, I started being the girl that gets what she wants. Because if you're in output mode all the time, if you're in giving out mode all the time, if you're in charity mode all the time, then where are you receiving?
True.
You can't receive, you're just giving at this
True.
point.
True.
You need to literally sit back and be like, what can I get?
Fill your cup. Fill your cup first as well.
The capacity to receive is so low in a lot of women because they're just taught to give out. You're the mother, you're the caregiver, you're the like educator, you're the sage. Okay, but when am I the receiver, feminine energy girl that I was never allowed to be? And how can I pour out if my cup is empty? You do pour out from an empty cup and you're running on empty, and then you're run over, and then you're forced to perform. And that's why a lot of women have a midlife crisis at 20.
Yes.
It's like we're already burnt out. Like we don't need to get to 50 to like feel that. We already feel it right now. And it's so impressive seeing a lot of girls like feel that so early on because they're just speeding, they're quantum jumping, and I really love that.